So Zack Snyder has been posting stuff about, the costumes from Justice League and concept art and stuff like that. He tweeted some sort of picture. I mean, he's been tweeting quite a lot. And some of the costumes, is like the Flash costume was the one that was in BVS. It was, I think he's agreed that, it was something like he said in a tweet to somebody that, yeah, Cyborg helped Flash build the suit in that sort of time frame. And so people were considering, should we have a, and then was his intention for a Justice League movie? And I went, no, not really, no, it was just a nod. And this is one of the things that people don't get. And some people moan or say things like, Zack Snyder doesn't know comic books. He does. He knows comic books. He knows the character, whether you like it or not. Maybe you haven't read the same books, but anyway, he's drawn it and he's passionate about it, and he's talking to fans. Now, there's not many directors that after projects do they spend their time talking to fans, talking about the movies and stuff like that. One even tweeted that he had such a bad time of what at the same time Zack Snyder lost his daughter and stuff like that, and he did bad in exams, and that he hopes that Zack Snyder can still continue to be a part of the DCU going forward. And as I said in the last couple of DVDs, couple of videos I did, so I'm going soon with that. That Walter Hamada, he's there's talks about him wanting Ben Affleck to carry on as Batman. Now, Ben Affleck is reportedly said that he's done, he's finished with it because of the treatment probably he had with Zack Snyder's film. But now I feel that there may be a connection between him and Walter and DC that's changed Ben Affleck's opinion about leaving the role, and that he's came on board with Walter's vision. And if that's the same case, then Walter must be on board with what some of Zack had said and agrees with some sort of vision. So that it all boils down to the DCU seems to be getting the right people behind the scenes. They're bringing people coming backwards and saying, coming back and saying, yeah, we can do it, director driven. We get Peter Jackson, we get Steven Spielberg, we're getting Zack Snyder, because I still firmly believe that Walter is probably going to be the guy that is giving Zack a pat on the back, because he helped create the DCU and he didn't deserve the injustice that was done. I mean, many people are tweeting from around the world in defence of the director. And of course some other websites protest that, BVS wasn't a good film because Zack Snyder's explaining things. And no, he's not explaining things. He's helping you. He's guiding people that have probably not read comics, that are unaware of all the millions and millions of references that are in that BVS book, BVS movie. So yeah, there was some sort of an injustice done to him and everything else, but with all these pictures that he's been posting and the vision that he wanted, you can see that he was a man. Was a man that was hurt of Warner Brothers, because he's posting these pictures of things that he'd done. He wanted to create his vision, and like any artist does, he wanted to share it. He wanted to share his work, and somebody came around and went, no, we need you to come in and do this over your work. And this is why Zack, with his own company, has said to be helping finish the Zack Snyder cut. And if what and Walter is probably the man. I've got much faith in Zack and Walter now, DC going forward, and maybe we can right the injustice that was done not only to Zack, but to the DCU and to the fans. Thank you. Oh, pass this all.